I want to see you succeed, I really do. So here's your corporate survival guide. If you find this video useful, subscribe and comment below what else you'd like to see. Comment if this resonates and you have any questions. Very happy to continue the conversation. Let's get started. Tip number one is to be very careful who you take advice from. Your mom, your dad, your friends, influencers, everyone is going to give you advice, but not all advice is going to be important to you. This is because your culture can be very different. Your goals can be very different. And by culture, I mean your work culture, right? You can be working in a business professional setting and the other person is in like a business casual setting. Even though their advice comes from a good place, it might not always be applicable to you and your success in the workplace. For example, you might have a fashion girly you love and she does what I wear to the office or something like that and goes for like the office siren look. That can get you in a lot of trouble in most workplace environments. So you just need your discernment. I think that's more of a fun and trendy example, but you know what I mean. What are your goals? What's your environment like? And what advice do you actually need to take? Doesn't mean you don't listen to people. Hey, if anyone gives me advice, I'm all ears. I'm listening. It's just that you need to filter because not everything is going to be applicable. Second tip is perhaps the most important tip I'm going to give you today, so listen closely. And that's going to be study your work culture like your life depends on it. By going in and understanding the politics, the social behaviors, even the dress code, things like that, helps you understand how you need to show up in order to succeed. People usually ask, oh, what should I wear the first week of work? I really don't know. And my advice is always go in conservative, see what others are wearing, and then go from there. And that's just one example with dress code. When it comes to politics, maybe you're like, I really don't like politics. I don't like workplace politics. I'm not going to participate. That can cost you your promotion. That can literally cost you your peace of mind and so many things. So you need to understand maybe that workplace is not the place for you because you just can't do workplace politics, but you have to understand that's how that place operates. And unless you're in a leadership position or a position to change it, you really have to think about how to maneuver that so that you can leave and go to a place that really aligns with your values. Really be a student of your culture. That can start with just your manager, your work friends, or people that are on the same level as you. Then you study the team, the department, you study the broader culture of the company. And this ties into the previous point, right? If you really understand your culture, then when you're talking to like a family member, a friend, a mentor, you can see where they're coming from. You can be like, oh, your culture is similar to mine, so your advice actually makes sense for my workplace, and it helps you make decisions that would actually help you succeed. And if you really hate office politics, I'm like back on this again because honestly, it's not fun. It's the way things go, but it's not fun. So I would definitely recommend listening to a podcast, reading a book on it, just so you know how to maneuver, because I think knowing how to work it is really going to help you. The third tip is to take ownership of your career. Your career is yours and yours only. You need to take ownership. You need to show up. One, you need to network, right? Get to know people, what do people do, what do people in other departments do. Is that something you'd be interested in? That's taking ownership. That's learning more. Even learning that that is not something you want to do is very important because it helps you not waste time and helps you go somewhere that aligns better with your values. Take ownership by doing your work. Do your work. Do great work. I think even if you're in a workplace where you don't like what you're doing, where you don't like the company, where you don't like the culture, I would strongly encourage you to still do good work. Do it for you. Do it for a higher, better reason. Don't do it for them. Literally just do it for you. Do good work and let that be your legacy, and then bring that somewhere else where you're valued, where you love. So do good work no matter what. Another way is saying yes to opportunities that will help you grow. What skills are you developing? What skills do you need to get to the next place? If right now you're not learning the skills that you think you need, it's time to get on them. With the internet, there are so many ways to learn new skills. Obviously, I don't know which industry you're in, but there's always a way to learn a new skill, whether that's a skill that you need for career advancement or just a skill to be more interesting in the workplace, outside the workplace. I would highly recommend taking ownership by strengthening your skills and learning new skills. Last but not least, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, and it's to not make your job your whole identity, not make it your whole personality. People have cool jobs, and people, sometimes also don't have cool jobs and they make that their whole personality, complaining and stuff. I've certainly been there. But I think there is something really precious about being able to separate your life and your work. I never want you to just wake up, have that anxiety, go to work, come home, crash, be like, I can't do anything, go to bed, wake up, and it's that cycle over and over and over again. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I've been there before, and it's just the worst thing that you can do for you. And sometimes circumstances don't allow us to have more flexibility and freedom. That can certainly happen. So if you're in that situation, try to see how you can get out of there. Even the planning process of being like, I don't want this life for myself, I'm going to try to look for better, really helps with the mental side of things. You need hobbies, you need to be interesting. There are so many hobbies, right? You can literally read, play tennis, I don't know, so many things, but you need to do something that has nothing to do with work. And most of the time, that'll make you more interesting at work. You'll have fun stories to tell. If you work with clients, it'll help you connect. Things like that. So I'll highly recommend trying to have hobbies, and then do not neglect your relationships. It's so important to be able to see friends, to see family, to cultivate, nourish new, old relationships. So I'll highly encourage that throughout the week, you also make time to call people, to meet with people, to hang out, to just have fun, to relax, to share your burdens, and to let others give you advice, good advice, and carry that burden for you. Well, with you. Can someone come carry my burdens? But you need to be interesting. Oh, this one. You need to work out. I don't care if you don't like working out. For your mental sanity, for your body, you need to move. Go on walks during your lunch break. Try to go to the gym before or after work. On the weekends, you can literally start small, but please work out. We sit, at least for my job, I have to sit for so long that I just know that does things to my body. I love movement. I've always loved moving around. I've loved sports. I've loved all of that. And being in the corporate world where it's not just like an internship has literally taken a toll on my just like health. And I'm always just thinking, wow, I'm really just sitting there for hours and hours and hours. So I don't like that. I love taking little breaks and going on walks. I try to prioritize going to the gym. It's really important to me. Doesn't always work. Some days it's just like having the yoga mat placed right here, doing a couple stretches and being like, this is something. This is me like, putting a little towards my health, and that's very important. So I highly recommend doing that, moving your body. Let's recap. 1, be careful who you take advice from. 2, study your culture like your life depends on it. 3, take ownership of your career. And last but not least, do not make your job your whole identity. There's so much more I could have said, but I wanted to keep it short. I wanted to start the conversation, and then from here, see if you guys have any questions, see if this resonates, and I'm happy to make a part 2, part 3, and keep this conversation going. Let's help each other out. I need you to comment in the comment section and let us know how you're being successful in the workplace. Let's all help each other. Let's help each other succeed. I want to see us all happy, wealthy, healthy. Let's go, team. Let's do this. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.